Hello friends, welcome back. It actually took everything in me to come here and sit down and film this video because I've honestly been a little drained. The last month I've been cranking really hard at working this YouTube channel and I fulfilled my goal, which was great, and I'm really happy. And I felt like I deserved a break. And so I took a brief break, but the problem with that is I'm having trouble pulling myself back in to the routine. I love my routines. I love the discipline and everything that comes with it, the positive spiral that comes with a routine and actually sticking to those routines. That discipline is such a motivation for me. But the moment I break that routine and I start slacking once, twice, 3 times, that's when things start to get broken. First of all, I didn't make my bed. I don't know if you can see, but I've been sleeping on the couch for the last 3 months because it started off being that summer was super hot and that my room has crappy ventilation. So I moved to the couch where it was way closer to the window. But then it just started becoming this pile of mess. And recently, I've actually been cooking a lot less. I remember when I first moved into this apartment like last year, I was so into cooking and cooking every single meal, fresh, very balanced, very healthy. There's always protein, a lot of veggies, complex carbs, etc. But then now that I think about it, the last few months, I've just been eating like very little or just a lot of like acai bowls, like homemade ones where I just like plop some yogurt and then like some nuts and grains and fruits and all that, like quick things. And I don't know if it's because I'm lazy or if it's because I'm prioritizing other things. I just have to remind myself that it's okay to take breaks. I know I keep saying that, and I think it's a reminder to myself that it's gonna be okay. Like, it's not the end of the world, you know? The more I say it, the more I'll believe it. But in all honesty, the last month has been the best month of my adult life. And by adult life, I mean entering the workforce. Last month was the best because when I first started working, I was putting 110% and reaching out constantly for like extra work and whatever, and I was just burning myself out and I was super stressed. And over the last year, I've actually learned a lot about finding the balance. And I'm not saying that I found it. I'm still trying to find it because I feel like I'm either here or here. There's no in between. And the in between is where everybody should live because that's the sweet spot of work-life balance. And looking back at that period where it was super dark in my life because I was so unfulfilled, I was so lost, I realized that I had to go through that to get to where I am now, which was a lot of trial and error. I think traditionally the way that I was brought up and a lot of our generation is that you work a 9 to 5 and then you relax after work and do whatever it is to just recharge and repeat and do the same thing the next day. But in our generation, that's very different. A lot more people are taking the time to build the life that they want by pursuing their passion and their purpose. But the hard part about it is figuring out what that is. And I'm still figuring it out, right? It's crucial to remember that our 20s is just a series of trial and error. You try something, it doesn't work, and then you move on to something else. As much as failing scares us, I think it is crucial in our own personal development. Because looking back at those few things that I've tried, I used to think, oh dang, I wasted time and money on that, things that I can't get back. But with a shift of mindset, if we think about it from another perspective, it's something that we've crossed off, right? We've tried that. You're one less thing away from figuring out what you want. And I think in life, when you start having those positive mindsets in just the littlest things, it creates this positive spiral of just bringing good energy and good results back in. I'm not saying it in the juju kind of way. I'm just saying it as a personal anecdote kind of way. Like, ever since I flipped that switch in my head of thinking more positively and trying to think on the other side whenever I try to have negative thoughts, everything started to seem like it's working out. And I don't know if it's because it's actually working out or if it's because my shift of mindset that I'm actually seeing things through a more positive lens. And I know a lot of you, like my audience, is either my age or younger. Like the majority of you guys are in this demographic. And you're probably trying to figure out what you want to do in life, probably pursuing a job or applying to colleges. You're going to get a lot of rejections. That's just part of it. That's just part of life. It's really easy to beat yourself up about it, thinking, oh, I suck. I am not worth it. I am not good enough. So that's why they didn't accept me or recruit me. But I think it's super important to remember that a lot of the things that happen in life happen because of timing. And timing is everything. It's not just because of you. It could be, the company's HR, for instance. They had to downsize. They had a different vision for the company that they're trying to reorganize and whatever. So it's super important to not beat yourself up about it, because it'll affect your whole confidence and your whole presentation when the next opportunity comes around. So I think it's super important to stay positive. One example that I could give you is back in college, I had this dream company that I wanted to work with, and I thought everything went well. The interview was great. We vibed really well, but then I got the call saying that unfortunately I didn't get it, and it broke me. It completely shattered me. And I was also beating myself up about it so much because I was attending this case competition with a few of my other peers who were from the same college, and they automatically got the offer right after the case competition because they filled out their location as Seattle as the home base of where I went to school. And I filled out a different city because I thought, I'm young, I'm in my 20s, I want to move somewhere else when I can, when I don't have that roots deep in any part of the world yet. And that decision changed everything. And honestly, I could say it changed the trajectory of my life because I didn't get accepted to that company. I didn't move to San Francisco. But looking back, it was for the best because the company I'm with now is so pro-female that they protect us so much. And a lot of my managers are female, and they're strong, independent women, and it's so empowering, and everything just worked out for the best. In hindsight, that was the best rejection that I could have gotten. And I know that in the moment when rejection comes or anything bad that comes your way, it's really, really hard to shift the lens and try to think positive. But I think one tip that really helped me was writing it down and try to write down the positive things that came about because of that, or you think could come about from that. But yeah, that's just some of my food for thought for this evening for the last period of my life. And hopefully it provides you with some peace or positivity that everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna work out as long as you put your best step forward. We're gonna be okay. And I truly believe that. And you got this. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.